Hello to my wonderful Taurus family. Happy New Year. How are you guys? Thank you so much for your love and your support. Oh, it means a lot. Thank you for coming into New Year with Garnet Queen Tarot. We're doing our 5-day love fest. You know, it's the beginning of the year. We got to find out what's going on. What's going on out there? Who we loving? Who's loving on us? Are they for real or are they playing games? You think about everything. Every question you could think of comes your way. And a lot of times, some people just want to kick it with somebody. They're not looking for nothing long term, and some people are wanting that special one in their lives so that they can grow together and build a foundation and a family. It just depends on what stage you are in your life and what you're expecting, Taurus. And you know who's for you and who's not. Sometimes you just want to play around, and I'm just saying, be careful. Always protect yourself and be honest. If you're not looking for nothing serious, don't wait for somebody to get all in their feelings with you and then say, "Oh, by the way, I'm not looking for nothing long term." Come on. How are you going to do people like that? You can't. Would you like that? Would you like somebody doing that to you? No. So that's why we do our best to be honest with people, be authentic, walk in our truth. Spirits, we ask that you help the Taurus family to figure out this is fall, and what are the questions that will make them feel more in tune with what they're looking for. Because you have to know those questions, Taurus, so we could unveil the answers. Because sometimes you're just torn and you're just trying to figure things out. You don't mean to hurt nobody. You still a work in progress. So don't beat up yourself too much. Just start working on figuring it out what it is that you want. Healing. Wow. Wounds, improving, mending, progress. You have to heal so that you can figure out what it is you want and who will complement you. What was the first card trying to jump on? Friends, acquaintance, trust, support. You know, figure out who's your friends, who's the support system in your life, who you could count on. Because sometimes you just want to throw things off the wall. You pray about things. You work towards being better, doing better, and you want to heal. Bad experiences leave you in pain and hurting, and you're trying to work through things. What did I do wrong before that I don't want to do this time around? Or right now, I don't want to get serious because I know I'm not there yet. But I got to be honest with anybody I get with. I'm not looking for a relationship right now. And if you're cool with that, then we can hang. But if you're wanting more, that's not for me at this time. Taurus, you can say that. And that will help and save a lot of pain for people when they start getting in their feelings. And you're like, but I said in the beginning of the relationship, we're just kicking it. We're just having fun. Some people I know, they go into the relationship, they don't care what that person says, they're going to make it work. But as long as you've been honest and you know your feelings, keep treading lightly and keep moving forward so you can heal and figure out what it is you want and who can give it to you. Between the lines, hidden meaning, vague, speculate, implicit. And that's what you do, Taurus. I'm putting this on you because you don't want to you send hidden messages, you play along. Let's say, okay, let me give this example. Let's say this is a guy and a girl really likes him. And the guy says to her, um, I'm not serious about getting into any relationship at this time. I just want to kick it. I just want to have fun. I'm just trying to find myself and progress, and I'm working on my career, or I'm going to school, whatever it is. There's some people that will not hear what was said. And I say that you have to keep reiterating it because sometimes people fall heels in first and they all in love and stuff like that. And you like, listen, I said so and so. I said so and so. And you have to keep reiterating that because people get caught up and they're telling you a lot of your messages are in between the lines. It's hidden, the hidden meaning, it's vague. I don't want nothing serious right now. Okay. To you, you said, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. What more should you say? As you see that you all are doing more together and hanging more together, you have to come again. Listen, I want you to know something. I really enjoy spending time with you. But like I said before, I got a lot of stuff going on right now in my head, in my life. And no matter how close we're getting along and having fun together, I want you to remember I said to you, I am not ready to get into a serious relationship right now because I cannot fully commit. And you say these things along the way. The person can't deny that you ever let them know that you weren't looking for anything serious. It hurts, and they still think that it's in their power to change your mind. There's nothing you could do about that as long as you continue to hang with them. But what you can do for your own protection is make sure that you continue to be clear and concise for them to gain clarity and know this relationship is going nowhere. Their feelings may still be hurt, but they can't blame you because you were honest. You were honest. They can still blame you, but because you were honest. Read in between the lines and make sure they gain clarity. And when you do share things with them, like I said, make sure that you're not vague or strategically ambiguous. You got to be precise, on point, upfront, revealing the truth authentically. Fear, afraid, uneasy, suspicion, scared. And the fear comes about because if you get close to someone that you really feeling, that's when fear comes in because of experience. But to me, if you do things differently and what you know you didn't do before, you apply it now, the fear should lessen because the lesson that you learned from the past, you're going to be able to apply it in the future so you don't do the same thing. You shouldn't be fearful because you're learning every step of the way until you get to whom you want to be with. Because I know, because of certain things, you get suspicious in a relationship. You're scared. You want somebody to try to play you, who's for you. It's difficult to decipher. That's why I say a lot of times with celebrities, how do they know who's really on their side? Who really cares about them? Because if they took away the money, would that person still be their friend? That's how you have to look at things. When you're getting into a relationship with somebody, and I know this sounds cruel, but it also has to be a business relationship too. And you have to put everything on the table. And who's taking accountability for what? You have an agreement in place where you, not to sue each other or do anything, but for understanding, for clarity. If you at any point in this relationship, you don't want to continue in it, rather than go out and cheat on me or do something to hurt me, why don't you tell me? Why? What? That's when the fear comes in. Why can't people be upfront and honest with one another? Why? In a relationship? Is it fear of abuse? Is it fear of losing that person forever? Is it fear of hurting that person's feelings? Wouldn't you hurt the person's feelings more if they find out the hard way that you weren't really that into them anymore? It's so much for us to learn along the way in these relationships. There are things between the lines. Are you ever really fully comfortable if you can't be upfront and honest with somebody? Would that be the continuing pattern in your relationship where you're always on edge and uneasy? because you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings or make them do something they shouldn't. So you settle, tolerate, put up with, and sneak around. No. Every relationship has the opportunity to heal and move forward if the parties involved are willing to put everything on the table, sort through it, and make decisions. But it's so much camouflage, so much math, so many masks, I should say, duct tape, everything involved. Well, if I say this, then they'll know this. I don't want to say that because then it's going to trigger this. It's like, what kind of fake relationship is that? And I'm not saying you come hardcore and you just spill it all out there, but people expect people to be mind readers. And then they get scared and they have anxiety and they're going through the motions. Unless there is a physical abuse. I mean, verbal abuse could tear you down too, but you could walk to find another day, you know. But when you have physical abuse, it's different because somebody could hurt somebody. People grow apart. That's part of life. People also grow up. So when you're in a relationship where you guys are friends, that means you're respectful of each other. You care about one another. You don't want to hurt each other. Build that friendship because that friendship will share a lot. It would help you decide if this is somebody that you're looking for in a romantic relationship or if this is somebody you just want to kick it with. Mending fences, putting band-aids on wounds, talking things out, sharing and caring, being compassionate, progressing forward is all part of your healing stages. Because remember, you're still a work in progress. So when you continuously work to improve, you're working to build up, mend fences, and feel better. And you're able to communicate on a higher level with someone. It's not always about cussing somebody out or trying to just figure out things on your own. If you're in a relationship with someone, there are a lot of messages there. Like if your partner used to kiss you every morning and then now they're too busy and they run out the house. And then you tell them about it and they're like, oh, sorry, but they still do it. Something's going on. You need to stop your partner and talk to them and find out what's happening. If you used to cook really nice meals all the time and you just stop, and your partner asks you about it a few times and you say, yeah, I'll get it, and you don't do it, that's a neglectful situation, correct? To them, it would be. So you have to decide for yourself, where are you in this relationship, honestly? Sometimes people can keep a relationship and let it drag on. Don't do people like that. Or sometimes they do that because they want to test the waters to see if this is something they want to dip in. And if it is, they just dip. Whereas if they say to their partner, we need time out, we need to figure out if this is something that we want to continue with, it wakes the partner up as well as it wakes you up to what you're saying and doing. There are a lot of times people run from a relationship that they're building and hurt the other person, go out there and test the greener, what do you call it, lawn, the greener path, I don't know, just touching and tapping into other territories to see if it's better than the territory they currently reside in. And if it's not, they say, ooh, okay, well, I'm going back home. But what about the person that was there all along? Greener pastures. I couldn't think of that at all. Oh my gosh, sorry. It was bugging me. You ever know that you want to say something you can't say because you can't think of what it is you want to say, but you know where you want to say it? Greener pastures. I couldn't think of it. Sorry. Because I listen to people all the time. And when I'm looking at this right now, I'm seeing where people want so much out of life, but they don't always want to put the work in. Kevin Hart says that a lot. Everybody wants to be rich or a celebrity, but they don't want to put the work in. If you want this relationship, it's up to you to make sure that both of you put the work in. Somebody has to take the helm and run the show. And know and knowingly letting that person know. I know there's a disconnect somewhere. I'm trying to figure out what it is. If we want to salvage this relationship, we have to figure out how we can mend fences to make things work. Because there's a lot of hidden messages here, and we're not talking and communicating as we should. Bottom line, you're not arguing, you're not raising your voices. You're just finding time to talk to one another. And make sure that this person realizes that this is important for the path forward for the both of you, whether you stay together or you're apart. You want to know if the fire is still there. If it's feeling lukewarm for you, I know definitely it's feeling lukewarm for them. And you ask too, what could we do to salvage this relationship? Get input so that the two of you could read in between the lines and figure out. Don't have that fear of breaking up. Have the fear of not communicating. There's healing involved here. For you to heal and for them to heal. But communication is the key. And can this relationship be salvaged? Loyalty is key. Conversations are key. Do not be vague. Be upfront. Don't try to play or deal cards in this relationship, because the wrong card could come out at any time. Communicate. Put the fears to the side and let it slide. And take the time to get to know your person if this is somebody you want to continue with. But as it shows right now, you guys are friends. And if you want to at least maintain your friendship, you need to communicate, because feelings are starting to surface here. And I'm not sure if all parties are involved, but when you're going through a healing process, that's when you're the most vulnerable, and people are attracted to you and you're attracted to people because you're going through something. So make sure whatever you jump into, ask questions. Don't just go in blindly. And just don't stay in something just to have something. Know what you want and communicate that. Peace, love, and prosperity. Happy New Year again. Garnet Queen Tarot checking out. And thanking you again for your support. Staying in tune and listening and sharing. Love you, Taurus. Thank you guys so much for your support. Peace. Garnet Queen Tarot.